children who didn't like me to join this this session, and also my colleagues who are my friends, but I have to read my statement. My name is Gloria Humamil Mercado, and I have dedicated over 40 years to public service in the government of the Philippines. In my last year with government, I serve as the Undersecretary for Human Resource and Organizational Development of the Department of Education. I was appointed as DepEd Undersecretary by President Marcos, as recommended by Vice President Sara Semerman Duterte in 2022, and I assumed office in August of 2022 and February 2022. In February 2023, I was designated as the head of the procuring entity of DepEd. As one of the signatories of DepEd's checking account, alongside Undersecretary for Finance, Annalyn Sevilla, I signed checks related to all funds, and recall that each some of the checks that I signed amounted to 37,500,000 pesos. Between February 2023 to September 2023, I received a total of 9 envelopes labeled Hope, my concurrent position at DepEd during that time. These envelopes were handed to me mostly by Assistant Secretary Sunshine Fajardo, which she says came directly from Vice President Duterte. What she would typically say as she hands the envelope: it would appear that I received this envelope by virtue of my office as Hope. Attorney Fajardo is the wife of Edward Fajardo, who is the Special Disbursement Officer. Although the exact date evades recollection, sometimes during the course of my tenure with DepEd, a member of my staff informed me that an inquiry was made by one of our officers in the field that Mr. Fajardo had made inquiries about the bank accounts of several individuals, and if divulging such information to him was permitted. My office confirmed that it was upon the instruction of the Office of the Secretary. Evidently, it would appear that regional directors and other employees of the field would also receive sums on top of the regular salaries. Sometimes in October 2023, as the likelihood of a bidding failure for DepEd computerization have become apparent, I was approached by Attorney Monsayak, and he suggested in the presence of other officials who was with me that the bidders should just discuss among themselves. Mag-usap-usap na lang para hindi masayang yung pera ng 2023. I firmly asserted that the procurement must be implemented and conducted in strict adherence with the rules. Sometimes on the 3rd or 4th week of October, I was summoned by Zulaika Lopez, the Chief of Staff of the Vice President and Undersecretary of the OVP. I was informed that I should tender my resignation effective that day. I refused to resign, and I insisted on departing from service through voluntary retirement. The timing of my meeting with Ms. Zulaika struck me as more than coincidental. It gave me the impression that my candid responses was the real reason behind the push to relieve me of my office. It was as if I had become an unwelcome obstacle, despite simply doing my job as Hope and Undersecretary of Human Resources of DepEd. Prior to my meeting with Ms. Zulaika, there were other undersecretaries and assistant secretaries who were summoned also, and were also summoned all of the same purpose of informing them that we should tender their resignation effective on the same day. I signed my affidavit.
VP, as we're speaking right now po, mayroong ongoing house probe. Actually, a minutes ago, former DepEd Undersecretary Gloria Mercado says you gave her envelopes containing 50,000 each from February to September 2023 when she was with Hope for the Health Orchestrate Positive Learning. A DepEd project, she believes it could be to influence her decision as Hope. Your response po?
Dapat siguro kung mag-akusa siya ng ganyan, dapat may papel siya. Tulad ng ako, pag inaakusahan ako, pag sumasagot ako, binibigay ko yung papel. Gloria Mercado is a disgruntled former employee of the Department of Education. She was let go because of loss of trust and confidence sa Office of the Secretary. Una niyang ginawa, hindi ko alam kung anong nauna, pero naka-strike to siya sa akin. Ang una niyang ginawa, nag-solicited siya ng 16 million pesos sa isang kumpanya on paper using my name without any authorization from the Department of Education. Bibigay ni JC sa inyo mamaya yung papel. Kalagay doon. Pangalawa, noong nag-school visit ako sa Cebu, merong lumapit sa akin na teacher. Sabi niya sa akin, Inday Sara, masakit sa loob namin na mga teachers kami na nasa field. Tapos merong humahawak ng teacher items na wala dito sa aming probinsya o wala dito sa aming region. So, tinakwento ko siya. Iyon naman yung purpose ng aking mga school visits, di ba, sa iba't ibang lugar na bansa. Sabi ko, one-on-one tayo, kwento mo lahat sa akin. And then it turned out, ang HR mismo ng Department of Education, our Undersecretary, took a teacher item from Region 7, nilagay niya sa central office for a non-teaching task. Ginawa niyang executive assistant niya. Ang apelido nun, Villar. Meron niyang paper trail. So, nung bumalik ako sa central office, tinanong ko, totoo ba na meron tayong teacher item galing sa Region 7 na nandito sa atin? Totoo daw. Nasa HR. HR pa. Mismo ang gumawa ng parang injustice sa teachers namin sa field. So, on that second point, hindi ko na pinalampas. Sinabihan na siya na there is loss of trust and confidence. And you should go. And then she said na, pwede bang mag-retirement na lang ako instead na paalisin ninyo ako. Kasi ang tagal ko na, matanda na ako. And then sinabihan siya, okay, sige. You go. So she's a disgruntled former DepEd employee. At yan yung dalawa na rason kung bakit siya pinaalis. May papel yung 16 million na solicitation niya. May papel yung teaching position sa Region 7 na kinuha niya. And my experience sa kanya, ayoko, factual lang ako ayoko atakihin yung pagkatao niya. Pero when she was HR of the Department of Education, meron kasi akong time dyan for our USEX and ASEX na hindi execom. So, pinapapunta ko yan sila kung sino man yung merong concern, sino yung may problema, pumunta kayo sa akin, mag-one-on-one tayo. So, one of those times na one-on-one kami, siniraan niya yung isang USEC, isang ASEC ng Department of Education. Eh, bago pa lang kami nun. In fact, pag-alis ko, 2 years lang kami, very, very new. Na nagulat ako. Kasi HR ka eh. Pag HR ka, hindi dapat ikaw yung mag-pause ng away-away sa loob ng institusyon. Dapat ikaw yung maging peacemaker. But siniraan niya yung isang ASEC and isang USEC sa akin mismo. And nagulat ako. Why attack the ASEC or the USEC sa kanilang pagkatao? Hindi naman trabaho. And then, ganun din na ginawa niya. Nung malis na siya sa Department of Education because of the 2 points, lumipat siya sa Senate. One of the offices of the senators din, nandiyan yan siya ngayon. And yung isang kaibigan ko doon sa Senado, narinig namin, sige na siya atake. Na-atake niya si Michael Powa, si Reynold Musaya, si Gerald Chan. Nang iyan ngayon yung nakapangalan sa kanyang statement. Kaya kami, nung nagbasa siya kanina ng statement, hindi na kami nagulat. Kasi naririnig na namin sa opisina, dyan sa Senate, yung mga pinagsasabi niya after she was let go. I think, hindi lang siguro niya matanggap na kasalanan niya kung bakit siya pinalaya sa Department of Education. Pero hindi din talaga namin matanggap na mag-solicit ka sa isang private company on paper 16 million. And then, kukuha ka ng teacher item sa field, gagawin mong EA sa central office. Hindi pwede yun.
Last question, ma'am. At least, Mr. Chair, I would know the Vice President is watching us because she just had a press conference and she said that she's denying giving former DepEd Undersecretary Gloria Mercado 50,000 for 9 months. And the Vice President saying that Mercado was let go because she used DepEd to solicit donations from the private sector amounting to 16 million without her knowledge. And she adds that she will provide the media with paper trails to back up her claim, describing Mercado as a disgruntled former DepEd official. I think, ma'am, given your long history and long service to the Republic, 40 long years, I think it's fair for you to be given the opportunity to reply to the Vice President.
I think, I don't want to do this, but since siya na yung nagsabi, i-turn over ko na yung envelope. The envelopes where the money was.
Comsec,
So it's 9 envelopes.
kuha po yung
So
envelope.
it says hope and the amount is there. Kasi ang sakit naman nun, ordinaryo lang akong trabahante tapos inano ka ng Vice President, di ba? It's very painful.
Ma'am, ilang taon na po kayo? I hope you don't mind. Gusto ko lang pong malaman kasi sabi po ninyo 40 years na po kayo in government.
I'm 65, sir, but
So when you were appointed as USEC noong 2022 ba? 2022? How old were you? At
I
the
was
time?
64.
64. At I'm sure sa edad ninyong yan, after pagkatapos nyo pong pag-ingatan yung iyong pangalan for the past 40 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyway,
Mr. Chairman,
I'd like to...
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, dito po ako.
ay, Mr. Chairman, I can continue first. Congressman, wait, before I recognize Congressman Paduano, ma'am, yes. I believe, see, with the intelligence of Congressman Asidre, please continue, Congressman.
Mr. Chair, can we allow Yusek Mercado to continue with the response? Because I was trying to ask her about the 16 million that the Vice President mentioned.
Please respond with respect to the 16 million. 16 million.
I would like to respond to that because it's a press con. When I was called for by Yusek Sulaika, he said, Yusek Mercado, you have to go because one, you have a teacher in your staff. But I explained to them that the teacher was a contract of services when I joined DepEd. And the teacher has a pending application in Cebu because he's from the Visayas. And while he was working with us, he qualified for the RQA. But then when he received his appointment as a teacher, it was already past the opening of the class. It was almost opening, and the teaching load was already apportioned. So I called the RD. I said, can I still keep him? Because he was working on the special hardship allowance, which was a program that BP Sara also wanted to improve because there's a new hardship allowance, and we were just able to reduce the hardship threshold from 0.37 to 0.33. And she wanted the basis for the giving of the hardship allowance, special hardship allowance, revisited. So that's why that guy was the one working on it. So I explained, and I don't feel at all na guilty ako dun sa sinabi niya. The second one is, Sulaika mentioned that I solicited from 2 agencies. So I explained to her that it was a program which our strand developed. There were 2 consultants from UNICEF who developed the app, and then we asked our external partners partnership office to look for external partners who will be presenting the program, because we developed the concept. It was DepEd Guru. It's her being able to contact the 980,000 teachers. Parang kahit nasan siya, pwede niyang makausap yung mga teachers. The second one was for us to do an electronic mode of the RQA. Parang there's no human intervention anymore. Everyone uploads the credential. Even the computation of the teacher qualification is already on an what do you call this? Wala na siyang human intervention. So that was the program. It wasn't us who choose who would be the partners who will be invited. It was the external partnership. So we made a presentation to almost all the corporations. And then some of the corporations appreciated that it's a very important program. So some of them committed to buy, because what we did is we divided the total fund of 16 million into chewable chunks. So if you're interested in this package, ito lang. If you're interested with it, because not everyone naman wanted to pay the 16 million. But there were two corporations who were willing to fund, because we wanted to put one in Mindanao, one in Visayas, and one in Luzon. So there were two who committed to fund the full package. And those were the two corporations that Yusek Zulaika said I solicited. So I explained properly. I did not solicit. There's no money involved there. These are equipments. Walang cash po doon. Equipment siya na ito-turn over sa DepEd. So I feel very sad that up until now, the BP has not been appraised, as I explained it to her people, that we did not solicit. In fact, the two corporations are willing to give an affidavit that I have no solicitation from them of 16 million.
So to reiterate, Mr. Chair, Yusek, first, this was a sanctioned DepEd project.
It's a DepEd project.
Second, you did not do the solicitation yourself.
This was managed by the
External Partnerships Office. Third, no cash donation was ever made. Equipment was given to the department. So none of this, what allegations that the Vice President is making against you is true.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chair. And
Thank
it makes it very sad because she's saying it now. Ibig sabihin, her people did not explain to her.
At least I know if she's watching, then she'll probably be able to get the information from you now.